deposit on the Homestake Silver is fascinating because it's barren at the surface, essentially a blind deposit. It goes with depth and turns into more of a silver-rich deposit. In fact, there's some very, very high silver grades with essentially no gold. As we go deeper into the deposit, we find that the silver trails off and gold values increase, base metal values increase as well in that area. So the plan for 2011 is a mixture of doing additional exploration and pre-development work, basically developing some of the costs in a more specific manner for the resource that we have already identified. That will be the cost of adding, bringing power to the site, bringing a road to the site, some of the logistics, some of the metallurgy, some of the mining techniques, that sort of thing. As you can see from the map that I'll show you here in a second, the original deposit is in one area, a little bit to the south. It's a little deeper buried. As we continue to go to the south, we go into an area where there's very, very little cover. So we expect additional deposits. They're sort of like pearls on a string is the way we envision it. The two that we found are almost certainly not the only two that are on the project, and hopefully we will add a new resource in that area as well early in the season. It's a very large land position. We can see right here, this is the area of our existing resource, which consists of the two deposits I mentioned earlier. We've recently picked up this large claim block here of approximately 600 square kilometers. And the reason we did that is because that same belt of prospective rocks continues on down to our logistics site here at Ellis Arm. So it covers this area of our access route up to the project. And in addition, there's a parallel belt. The area of the mineralization in 2006, the area of mineralization in 2007, the discovery of the silver deposit in 2009. At that point, we had essentially drilled out the main deposit. And then this year, you see the black line, that's what we drilled during 2009. 2010, we increased it in this area. We didn't get some of the spectacular intercepts of our first discovery holes. However, we drilled a number of very good, solid zones of mineralization. What I'm showing here is the resource in 2007 based on a 3-gram cutoff, as you can see, around 600,000 ounces. In 2010, we developed two types of resource. The indicated is shown in red, the inferred is shown in blue, and this is gold equivalent at a 3-gram cutoff. As you can see, we did raise the amount of the plus 3-gram material in 2010. In 2011, we essentially doubled the size of the silver deposit. There's been some question about stock price as a year ago. The confusion has come in because in our original estimate in 2007, we weren't sure how we were going to mine the deposit. And as you develop the deposit, understand the geometry of the deposit, the grade distribution, you have to make a decision, and it's an engineering decision on what will make more money. It's obvious from the deposit that we've developed that it's going to be more economic as an underground mine. Our original estimate was as a half-gram cutoff. However, because we weren't sure about how we were going to mine it, we also gave an estimate at a higher cutoff grade at 3 grams.